Nice. Give them.
Celebrating 100K. Yo, my life is really like a movie.
Definitely a low budget one. I mean,
How much you owe Eddie this time?
$200.
Hello.
Hey, sissy.
You know why I called you?
He needs a formal diagnosis.
He cannot live alone.
I just think it's a bit dramatic.
Dramatic. You mean expensive? We all see you living it up online. Please. What?
Hi, Ashanti.
My name is Kobina. I am one of the creators, producer, and director of Stressed. This project was a collaboration between BronxNet and CRNY. You know, we were fortunate enough to receive a grant that allowed us to create this project. So what drew me to the script was, you know, Jasmine is a fantastic storyteller. She's also the other half of this project. She's also the creator. The project had 3 things that drew me to it. It was about a second-generation Ghanaian who's an influencer, who's living their life on social media, but behind the scenes, she's going through depression. She's scamming. You know, she's living a life that does not match her reality. And you know, throughout the show, you see how her world comes crashing down. The other aspect of it was, you know, having a lead character that is a plus-size woman. You don't get to see that a lot on TV, so that was something that also drew me to the project. And then the third was, you know, just really being a fan of diverse stories. You know, it's a very diverse immigrant story. I think a lot of people will connect to it. So these things, you know, really drew me to the project.
Hello.
Hey, sissy.
Don't hate sissy. You know why I called you?
Let's see. I have 2 texts from you and a Post-it note. Gee, I wonder if they're all about the same thing.
You're so stupid.
Oh, why do you abuse me? Oh, I was having a fine day until now.
Abuse. Daddy used to walk 10 good miles holding his shoes so they wouldn't spoil.
So you can talk, but you cannot even wash your own panties, eh?
You know he's gonna get you for laughing at him.
I'll be there.
On time.
You think I would miss your jollof? Someone has to keep you humble.
And that last post, what's SL stand for? Sneaky link?
Maybe.
Ish, Ashawo things. Keep something for the imagination. Oh my gosh. Ashanti, how much did you spend this time? Huh?
What?
Huh?
You. Sit.
Oh, don't be late.
For the visual style of the show, the inspirations, it was from a lot of different places. You know, I watch Insecure. I love that show. And, you know, the way they light Black people is amazing. So we took some, you know, inspirations from there. We also took some inspiration from shows from the 90s, you know, shows like Love Jones, shows like, you know, The Best Man. It's just really just watching how Black people are lit, especially on camera. So these things were something that, you know, we got inspiration from. We had a lot of amazing cast on the project, and to really make sure that everybody brings their best, we just created an environment where all the actors can meet each other, they can vibe with each other, and just see how they can best bring that role to life. So we just created an environment that allowed them to do that. The most challenging scene that we had to shoot was on our last day. I think it was day 4. And originally our scene was supposed to happen outside, but prior to us shooting, it started raining. So we ended up going into the bodega, which you'll see on the show, where the photo shoot that was supposed to happen outside the street happened in the bodega, which actually made that scene much better, because it's just very New York when people are taking photo shoots in the store. So that was something bad that happened, but I believe it elevated that scene.
You know who liked my post? Shawnee. The Shawnee. Yo, we about to be besties. You know, I just need that blue check then I can be getting them big checks, you know?
Heard you. Real talk though. I mean, remember the time you had to steal from Walmart so you could do Fashion
Yo,
Week?
why you remember that?
It was 2 months ago.
Whatever, Eddie. At least my clientele list is getting pretty elite.
Now you do your thing though.
Let me see. Ooh, that's cute.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving. I see the hair flip.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait till they pay me though.
Yeah, about that. I know we agreed on 300, but if you tag me, I can do 200.
Well, you know, I was hoping we could settle everything until after I get paid. You know how these little brands are.
Yeah, I know. Took you 3 months to pay me last time. I still had rent and I still had to eat.
Okay, and wear Tim's in the summer. I just can't let Jenny down again, okay?
So why did you wait last minute?
I was busy.
Because you make the rules, right?
I know.
You know, I'm getting fed up with this Bow Wow challenge thing. You gotta go.
Not too much. Eddie. Really? Okay, whatever. Yours was given Android anyway.
We had our table reads, and that table read allowed us to see how the characters connected with the actors. Because sometimes, you know, you have a table read and what they say doesn't translate very well. So they are able to kind of like take those lines and make them their own. So we just created a space where it's like you're not so stuck to the script, but you can make it your own. Representation is very important to me because I have coming from Ghana, we really don't use those kind of words on our TV screen. But here I came to understand that seeing yourself on TV empowers you. And I've always been someone that likes to empower people. I have 2 amazing nieces and they're also Ghanaian. And I just realized that as a Ghanaian, we don't have much that we see on TV that represents us. So that was the inspiration to, you know, some of my film projects. And coming into this project was to be able to create a project that when they watch it on TV, they are able to see themselves. And I feel like it will allow them to know that they can do so many great things. I feel like there's so much Ghanaian stories that need to be told because Ghanaians has been part of the community of the Bronx in America since early 70s. But if you was to ask someone to name 5, you know, films that are focused on like a Ghanaian, I don't think you'll get to 2. You might get to 1. So that part of having the Ghana stories in the forefront is very important because we are part of the community. You know, we spend money here. We do everything here. So it's very important to let us know that, you know, when these conversations happen, we are involved as well.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, right.
No, really. Growing up, I remember we only had 4 choices. Engineer, lawyer, doctor, or disgrace. And you chose
Disgrace.
I did not see your vision at first, I'll admit. I mean, I'm a doctor, Kofi is a doctor, Dad is a doctor, Mom,
Yeah.
Dad. I get it. But you chose your own path. And that's really, really cool. I used to worry so much about you, but turns out I did not have to.
Girl, clearly I'm the Beyonce of this family.
Oh, yes, you are indeed.
Jasmine, who's the writer of the show, she had this story that it's based on a true story. I think it was a TV anchor that was literally the best thing on TV, but behind the scenes, she was going through depression, she was going through mental health issues, and she ended up, committing suicide. So that was almost like the foundation of, us going into stress. And me being Ghanaian and always being pro-Ghana, I have to, be able to include that story in there. I said, how about we are able to create a story around this event that happened, this unfortunate event that happened, and also making the lead character a second-generation Ghanaian. So those combinations just laid for a perfect foundation for Stressed. It's a couple of funny moments. The one that comes to mind is when Kofi, he goes to meet his wife at the doctor's office, and he's wanting to have a baby, and so the doctor's assistant schedules almost like a booty call in the doctor's calendar, and he comes in and says, hey, the doctor said this is a perfect time for us to conceive. So right in the office, they get in there and they get busy. But I don't want to say too much. When you watch it, you see that scene. That was a very funny scene.
It's like either we're going to do this all the way or not at all. So be honest, girl, because I could be focused on my more serious clients.
Hey, you used your angry voice with me, and you know I laugh when I get nervous.
And you know I laugh when you laugh, Goofy. How much you owe Eddie this time?
$200.
Working with BronxNet, it was a great process because BronxNet really is for the community. They have a lot of equipment, they have a lot of resources. So as a creative, coming into a place that has structure, that has things that allow you to really create, that was super good because they have the cameras, like I said, they have the locations, and they also did the post-production on the project. So it was a great experience. It had its challenges, but overall, I think we all learned that there's always room to be better in what we do. Bronx is a perfect place for any show because for the longest time, if you ask a lot of people, what is the movie that you remember from the Bronx? A lot of people will say A Bronx Tale. And outside of that, there isn't much. And I think Bronx is such a diverse place, so many different immigrants, so many different people, and it has a lot of great scenery. So it was good for us to tap into that to show, the beauty of the Bronx. And that's what, and I am from the Bronx as well. So being able to tap into that to just show that Bronx is much diverse than what we see on TV was a good experience. If you're in the Bronx, you're gonna see an African store, If you're in the Bronx, you're gonna see a bodega. So we have these elements in there, and just like certain places that everybody knows, Castle Hill, Parkchester, there are certain places that if you're in the Bronx, you're gonna see a bodega. So we have certain scenes in the bodega. We have scenes by the train stations. We have elements of the Bronx that if you're from here, these are things that kind of like show the Bronx. We have certain locations that are definitely in the show that if anyone's from the Bronx, they will know. And that's when you go to every train station, you see the name on the station marked on the wall. So we have like Parkchester, we have like Castle Hill, and then some other places that when you see, it's definitely in the Bronx. The role of representation definitely is something that I carry with me everywhere I go. One of our characters, his name is Kofi, and he's, from Ghana. His wife is Priscilla, also from Ghana, and then her sister is Ashanti, who's the second generation Ghanaian. So that is how we keep our characters authentic, and then how they engage with each other. The food that they ate during their dinner time was like food that we eat at our home. Jollof rice. Everybody eats chicken, but mainly jollof rice. When you say jollof rice, people can associate that with Ghana. For Stressed, what we intend to do next is to raise more funding so we can turn it into a movie. From then on, it would be submitted to film festivals so we can show it around the world. And then as far as myself and Jasmine, this is our second project together, so we will definitely have more collaborative projects in the future. I'm Kobina, director, creator, and producer of Stressed. You can follow me on social media on Instagram at Anybox Studios and Twitter, Anybox Studios. All right, bet.
How much you owe Eddie this time?
$200.
Hello.
Hey, sissy.
You know why I called you?
He needs a formal diagnosis.
You cannot live alone.
I just think that's a bit dramatic.
Dramatic. You mean expensive? We all see you living it up online. Please.
What?
Hi, Ashanti.